And it is the target price area. Once the buyer shows up and the value is bullish, now we've got as many opportunities as we like to now take advantage. And we had an art trade opportunity here. And we simply were able to pick up lots and lots and lots of longs against this very, very, very bullish value line over the course of the morning session. Once the trades took to the upside and we started to see these measures against this bracket, and again, we can see that this is exactly how it works. Again, if we just go from there to there, and we can see that that storyline again puts us into this measured move territory at the very top edge here. We can already recognize that, again, buyers should never have been up here. They priced in the big pop on volatility, and then it started to drift off. And as we zoom into what happened here, there was quite a significant drift off into what was a very clear, very visible, very obvious art trade. Why was this an art trade? Because we saw the failed auctions in the background here. So we could bring off that trade there to there. And you can see that if we just join the dots, we come up with the touch and the break there. As it drops back inside this, plenty of buyers, sellers below us. We're now looking at this from the point of view of a break sell side. And sure enough, the break sell side was glorious. 121s down to 60s for a profit of $1,200 per contract. When we see an art trade coming in here, and again, we can see it is an art trade because again, we can join the dots from this point here, which is the failed auction, and the dots against this point here. And we can see that we come across the art price level there. We can see we've got the art phase there, and it has broken back above, suggesting that this low price is now in. So now that the low price is in, we can now try and think about getting the buys into that low price if the value suggests it's good enough. At this stage here, it was maybe a little bit questionable, but obviously still doable, and it did make some nice money. But on the retest here, I think it was even, well, I don't think it was even better. It definitely was better. We got a very, very, very sizable retest and a great opportunity to take advantage of huge volatility pricing. Massively underpriced NASDAQ. Massively underpriced NASDAQ. And again, the rally from this price capped out at the top edge as expected. This is an art trade area, as you know. How is it an art trade area? Because there's the failed auction pivot there, and there's the most recent trade there. So this is obviously an art trade area. So we can obviously just highlight it. So with that art trade area there and this art trade area here, you can see we end up with this very, very obvious art bracket narrative. It's crazy how good it is, isn't it? When you think about how this works, that these trade levels are kind of unknown to the vast majority of any traders, because they're all trading technical highs and technical lows. Well, this isn't technical highs and technical lows, is it? So it gives you that little bit of an edge, that little bit of inside knowledge that perhaps a lot of people are trying to sell up here, or perhaps going to try and buy below here. So it gives you that little inside idea that if the value is still good and you see the buying coming in and the book flipping, you're already pole position to take advantage. And the takeaway from that was, of course, very simple, all the way back up to the top line. Very, very strong pricing in terms of volatility, very strong pricing in terms of gamma, and an outstanding buy side revival from 76s to 30s. A nice 50-point move, another $1,000 swing trade, and that was it. But when you think about it, guys, one sell trade at 7 o'clock and a couple of buy trades at 8:30 meant that you had three trades, basically three trades in whole US afternoon session. That gives you an idea about if you're over trading or under trading. There's not that many other trade opportunities on that chart that I would have thought was particularly valuable. This one, might have caught your eye because it's the first kind of turn we've seen. But this is really the trade here. This is the trade here. Now, you might never have got this trade. It might have gone fair value. But when you do get this trade at that level and you're already aware that this level exists, these three art levels should not be dismissed in terms of their value. Look at it. The art trade that set up the top edge here, the art trade that set up the bottom edge here, the art trade that set up the middle price here, it's almost impossible for anybody to think that that is not significant information. Tie it in with value, and all of a sudden you have significant trade opportunities. 10 seconds to data, guys. 10 seconds to data. In fact, it's